amazing photographer, amazing human being. So, thank you again for your time, and probably go through any particular thing, point to art, your career, of course. Maybe going back, starting from, you remember what we met?
I don't know, 12 years ago?
Yeah,
Perhaps?
yeah.
First, what I'd like to say is, I'm honored to be here, and I love the space that you're in, and I love everything that is on the walls. It's what may I say, eclectic mix of pieces that you've done in the past, as well as what you're doing now, and very interesting. I'm glad you're here.
Yes. Also mentioned that part of our collaboration in the past, it was the old Cafe Aromas.
But there was one even before that, and that was what was the name of the place? The one out in Lowell.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
The space didn't last for a very long time.
Correct.
And Lisa Castro was behind it.
That's right.
And it was an excellent show. She had pieces by the sculptor. What's his name? The Cuban,
Fernando Ortiz.
Fernando.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And a few other local artists, a female artist that I haven't seen her since that point, actually. But
it's not the one we put the nail in her.
Yeah, and then I've been accused to vandalize.
Right.
Wonderful memory, and all of this initiative, all of this idea that we were putting together in order for us to start, have some type of recognition in our community. As a talented, as an artist. So we went through, many different obstacles, of course.
Was it coconuts?
No, I don't recall. I don't remember, but it was very good.
Okay.
All of this thing, plus the salsa scene that we actually,
right.
be there.
But I think that was the first time.
Yeah, you're right.
That I had done anything, and then it switched over to Cafe Aroma,
Mm-hmm.
where we had a couple. There were a couple shows there.
Yeah, the Bamboleo was the one of yours, right?
Right. Both collectively and I think one was with other artists, and that was a very nice space. Also.
Yes, very nice space, and we got really good response also, for including music, food, and art. And then the down moment that we see each other just a little bit here and there, because you were busy with your project, I was busy with some other project, and we were, pushing our project from ourselves.
There was also Lindo, Mexico.
That's correct. Yeah.
And you were very active.
Yes. I had the opportunity for the gallery, which was an initiative that I bring to the owner, and they accepted. So the gallery is still there. I haven't worked with them because I jumped to a lot of big series of murals, for example. And also I see you actually having some awards.
A few.
Yes.
There.
Which one are there now?
I still have two pieces at the Muskegon Museum of Art.
Okay.
And one of the pieces, I believe it was Ebb and Flow. It's a landscape scene of the Great Sand Dunes in Colorado, and got an honorable mention, which was nice.
Correct.
And prior to that, I was involved in the Festival of the Arts for this year, and received a purchase award for another photo, which was called Evening Light.
Okay.
And but it's nice just to be involved.
Correct.
And I have to say, as far as Festival of the Arts is concerned, locally, from a local standpoint, I think they do a wonderful job of presenting local art.
Agreed. Yeah.
And and I'm part of the organization now in a very small way, and I like the way it's moving forward. And hopefully now that COVID is seemingly on the downside,
Yeah.
2022 is going to be a real exciting year, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so.
And for you also, because there's a lot that you have going on besides the gallery here.
Correct. Yes.
Active projects. I know you're going to be going to France for a month.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So yeah, 2022 can be exciting.
Absolutely, I'm very positive. Beside all of this big question mark that show up in between, what's gonna happen next, the variant, the booster, all of this stuff. But yeah, I'm curious why you basically deal with black and white, because you got a meticulous way to come up with very impressive pieces in black and white that grab my attention right away, because as you see, I'm very colorful artist.
I know.
And then but there is something
very contrasting between you and
okay.
You do the color.
Yeah.
Typically, for the most part, do black and white.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I see some of your color also, but the black and white has something that going right away to maybe to my soul, has that connection. Kind of hard to explain the reason why from zero right now. But yeah, I really love what you're doing, and of course, been following all of the progress since that time that we share a lot of beautiful things, the good time, and any particular thing that is coming in right now in front of you, any particular project that you have in mind, or you already have some project that's going to be showing for next year?
That's a two-part question.
Okay.
One of them is black and white.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What I view as far as black and white is concerned, and then the second part is what do I have coming up in the future? So black and white, when you take away the color, you're left with just the image.
Yeah.
And the impact or feeling that's in the image itself, as opposed to being impressed by the color. That makes sense?
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense.
So it's between the viewer and the image as to what they see and how it impacts them as far as their feeling is concerned. And it may not impact them at all.
Yeah.
Who's
It
to
might
say?
be, it's totally fine.
When I'm out and photographing, and because of my start in photography was in black and white,
Okay.
that's pretty much what I'm seeing. And the thing that impresses me most or drives me to shoot in black and white is it shows a lot of things. It shows the light that's involved. And light is, as an artist, as you know, is extremely important.
Correct.
And then the second part of it is form. What am I seeing as far as, landscapes present themselves in that way. So the line and form of the photo impacts me.
Yeah, probably that's actually the reason that I getting to or grab my attention of that connection between a few of your pieces in black and white.
There's a book, and I can't remember the title, but I've read it a couple of years ago. Parts of it, I didn't complete it, but it deals with when you look at something, what's it saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting from the object or the landscape, whatever? Is it grabbing your attention? Is it speaking to you? And then you decide, well, I need to take a photograph of this.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
And so it's a communication between you and the subject, whatever that subject may be. And I find as I go along, there are certain things that I see that make me take a photograph of it. So it's a two-way communication.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Makes sense, totally makes sense. And that, back to my question, that probably the link between quote that connect me with the black and white of your pieces. So it's very important.
Second part of the question.
The second part, yeah.
Okay, getting back to what do I plan. Since we first met, my three sons have all, pretty much were living in Grand Rapids 12 years ago. Now I've got one that's living in Young, Washington.
Okay.
I have one that's living in Surprise, Arizona. And I have one that's still here in Grand Rapids. So, and now we have grandchildren.
Yes.
So, as far as my plans are concerned, they somewhat revolve around visiting the grandchildren, which takes us to, okay, fine, we love to travel. And Lisa and I, like to get in the car and go. And then all these places that we've never seen before. For a lot of people, if you're going to travel, it's like you hop on a plane.
Yes.
You go to the West Coast, you go to the East Coast. Don't
That's
see anything
it.
in between.
Yes.
And there's such a wealth of interesting places and unbelievable landscapes that and we've been fortunate. So for the last 5 or 6 years, that's what we've been doing.
Okay.
And so you asked me what's coming up. So coming up this Thanksgiving, we're going to be in Arizona. And I'm now in the process of picking some places where I'd like to go to do some photography.
Correct. Okay.
And other than that, I'll be having a show at St. Cecilia, hopefully sometime in April. And it's just a matter of entries into some of the exhibitions that are around the state, and that'll probably, for the most part, fill out my year.
Okay, yeah. And of course, you got my support, as always.
Thank you.
And I just like to probably end it up saying once again, thank you for this short time that we're gonna put some conversation out from the viewing salon. That's going to be open for any other particular local artists and people on business. That's the intention, to start promoting ourselves through here. So yeah, I wish you all of the best, and thank you again, Henry.
Thank you. And I'm really impressed with where you're going, and I can only wish you the best in your future, be it here or someplace else.
Yes. Amen.
And what you've done, I think, needs to be brought to a much broader base. People need to. My feeling is people need to see what you've done and how you've progressed over these years.
Thank you. All right.
Now let's finish our coffee.
Yes, for sure. PICARDO Afro-Caribbean artist here from Viewing Salon in Grand Rapids. Stay tuned because we're coming from more. We're gonna bring more stuff in the near future. Thank you, Grand Rapids.
See you. Bye-bye.